This video is made possible by my patrons on Patreon. Hello everyone, my name is Ziamaro and welcome to Battlerite Sage. So after over a month of almost radio silence in terms of dev blogs, we've actually had some new information from the developers. And it's probably not the news a lot of you were hoping for. Unfortunately, they've had to push back the release date of Battlerite Royale. Originally, we were told that we'd be seeing the game mode sometime in July, and honestly, I half expected this to happen. We hadn't really heard anything from Stunlock about Battle Royale since May, so at least for me, that was a sign that things weren't quite on track. I mean, if they were, we probably would have seen beta invites, more screenshots, gameplay footage, or something like that by now. Understandably, people have gone into full-on witch hunt mode with pitchforks at the ready. And I say it's understandable, not because I condone the reaction, because I don't, but I do understand it. The game's population has been on the decline for a while now, and those of us who are still here are clearly very passionate about the game. So when a game mode that's been touted as something that could save the game gets pushed back, the passionate members of the community, which is most of us at this point, are understandably gonna go into full-on panic mode. I mean, here's the perspective of the average Battlerite fan at the moment. Our timeline is something like this. A game we love gets a lot of attention at the free-to-play launch. We see the game doing really well for a month or two. Pre-season goes on way longer than expected. The game sees a steady decline in player numbers. Season 1 comes out with lots of highly requested features. The game sees a resurgence of players for a while, but then continues to decline again. Battle Royale is announced and gets a lot of attention. Season 2 starts under the shadow of Battle Royale. Meanwhile, the player base continues to decline, but it's okay, because Battle Royale will save us. And then boom, Battle Royale is delayed. So, I'll just say right away, my reaction to the delay hasn't been the same as everyone else. I even said on stream a few weeks ago that I would rather Stunlock delayed Battle Royale and release it in a finished state, rather than just trying to stick to the deadline for the sake of it. One of the biggest issues with Battlerite's launch was that it just wasn't finished. The actual gameplay was very polished, the balance was for the most part pretty good, everything felt fine, but there's no denying that the game was missing some important features. For example, it would have been nice to have the pre-game lobby and match votes at launch. Because they came a little bit later, there'll be a lot of people who just never experienced those features. And I'm resisting the urge to mention other stuff we don't have yet in-game tournaments. Sorry about that. But with that in mind, Battle Royale could be like a second chance for Battlerite. Don't get me wrong, I'm totally there with you all. It's really frustrating to see the player base steadily shrinking. But think of it this way, there's a good chance that Battlerite Royale will bring in a bunch of new players. And if it's released in a similar state to the base game, polished but missing important in-game systems, we'll just have a repeat of what happened at the free-to-play launch. People will discover the game, they'll enjoy it for a bit, and then we'll end up right back here again. If, however, pushing the release date back means it will be released in a better state, the game might be able to grow off the back of it, rather than it just being a brief blip on the Steam charts. Making a game isn't like some jobs where there's a finite amount of work to be done. Or at least from your perspective doing a job, it might seem like a finite amount of work. The gaming industry is a creative industry, and to be honest, something creative is never truly finished. And for that reason, it's hard to put exact dates on things. Almost every gaming studio is guilty of it too, and usually it's because of the publisher. From a business standpoint, it is really important to have a deadline and stick to it, but more often than not, it leads to unfinished games. And I'm talking about big AAA games here as well. So many of them are released unfinished, especially these days where they know they can just patch bugs after launch. There's a reason why big companies like Blizzard don't give exact launch dates until they're absolutely certain the game is in a workable state. Personally, I love the old Blizzard when it's ready approach to release dates. Sure, not everything they do comes out perfectly, but I'd say they have a much higher hit rate than the average studio or publisher in the industry. And I think one big part of that is their when it's ready philosophy. Stunlock are in a rare position, much like Blizzard, where they self-publish their game. They're another company who can actually take the when it's ready approach. And although it might feel frustrating to see Battle Royale being pushed back, if it means the game mode is released in the best possible state, it'll be worth it. Also, from a slightly more pessimistic standpoint, relatively speaking, hardly anyone is aware of Battlerite at the moment. The general population just aren't going to notice a difference if Battle Royale is released in a week's time, a month's time, or even a year from now. As long as the end product is good, in terms of the long-term population of the game, within reason, it doesn't really matter when it's released. That's my opinion anyway. Obviously, I don't know how things are going to work out in the end, but in the grand scheme of things, pushing it back is probably a good idea if there are issues with it right now. I know that all the people getting frustrated are the die-hard Battlerite fans, so I guess it's testament to just how passionate we are about this game. At the end of the day, all of us just want to see this game succeed, so I think we're just going to have to sit back, try not to panic, and just try to trust that this is a good decision, because I think it probably is. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please feel free to subscribe for more Battlerite guides, news, and discussion. If you'd like to help support the channel and get some unique rewards, then head over to patreon.com/battleritesage. And don't forget to check out twitch.tv/battleritesage. Until next time, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.